Hey, I'm BAASSIK. I'm the bass player for the Low Frequency. You know that group that does hip hop and uses actual instruments? You know, you know them. But what's exciting is that I came home today and I got to look at Unsung, which I usually miss because we're usually in the studio. We're always rehearsing for a show or something. And I got to see a story about a group that I really loved. And for those of you who don't know, Unsung is a show that talks about some of the music artists from the past. You know, they were successful, they made hits, made money, that whole bit, and then they disappear. And you wonder what happened. Some of these artists have made songs that even today are still popular. So you wonder what happened to these artists. And sometimes it's not great stories, sometimes it's a happy ending, sometimes it's not, but it's good to know what's going on with them. So who they show today? Full Force. Getting Busy One Time. Oh man, I grew up on that. That was, oh my gosh, that was like my group. They also inspired me as a musician because they could sing, they could dance. They look kind of cute actually. But they had that whole package. And they were even family. I mean, they were actually related to each other, which is even, you know, icing on the cake. But I like their songs. I like their arrangement. They worked together as a unit. And they made good music. I liked it. In fact, here's one of those cassettes that I used to rock. Cassettes. Oh, for those of you who don't know, this is a cassette. Kind of looks like an iPod, but not quite. And this was let out, they put this out in '85. So I won't tell you how old I am. But this is what I used to rock. And my favorite song on here was called Unselfish Lover. And my poor great-grandmother, I'm sure she wondered if there was another song on this cassette. But I played the entire thing over and over again. And probably learned how to do my music by listening to these cats. Here they are. This is the old cassette case. It's still intact. It's just amazing. It still actually looks good. So I'm glad to see that they did something about Full Force. It's one of my favorite groups of all time. I'm glad it's still in the game. And, you know, I hope I can do the same thing. Be here 20, 30 years from now still doing music and being happy. Being successful doing it. But you got to always look back to your past and, you know, respect your past and give thanks. And thanks, guys. So now, I think I'm going to go now and listen to my cassette. Well, let's see. If I can get in here,